good? Coach Logan Ryan from Premier Basketball and Fitness Training, going to show you how to do a breathing meditation. This is where I would put all beginners at, or I would have anybody start at. This is what I consider level 1. If you don't know how to do the basics of meditation, go ahead and check my previous video that discusses those basics. So we'll be in our meditation posture, however that's comfortable for you. And then as far as the actual focus of this, you're focusing solely on your breath. So in terms of how you should actually breathe, I suggest doing deep diaphragmic breathing. So I like to teach that in a 1, 2, 3, 4 sequence. Begin through your nose with a deep audible breath so you can actually hear it. So as you breathe in, number 2, it goes to you through your diaphragm into your stomach. Feel that belly expand. And then as that is expanding, breath rises to your chest. That's 3. And then you finish it by breathing out. I like to breathe out through my nose, but you can also do this through your mouth. So a full rep of in and out using that 1, 2, 3, 4 sequence would look like. Okay. And that would be 1 full rep. Now, as far as where your mind goes, your mind is focused solely on your breath. It's okay if your mind drifts elsewhere. That will probably happen even for someone like myself who's been meditating since I was a teenager and really consistently over the last 4 to 5 years. My mind still drifts elsewhere, and that's okay. It's just about when you catch your mind drifting elsewhere, you bring yourself back to the focus of your meditation, in this case on breathing. Okay. Now there's 4 progressions I suggest that you do. The beginning level I suggest you start at is simply set a timer for whatever amount of time that you want to do. I think 5 minutes is a good beginner level, and then 10 minutes is like intermediate, and then 15 and beyond that is a little bit more advanced. And you set the timer so you don't have to worry about the time anymore, and focus solely on your breath. Okay, so you are literally just focusing on and that's it. That's all that your mind is focused on. The next progression for that would be counting to an actual number. So yes, you're focused on your breathing, but you're keeping track of the amount of breaths. I've noticed that 50 breaths takes about 5 minutes, or at least for myself, that's what it does. So your mind is going to be focused on counting up to 50 with those breaths. Okay. Third progression would be doing this for a consecutive amount of breaths. So for myself, I like to do consecutive breaths the most as my practice. I usually go up to 10. That's like the number I really like to aim for. And if I reach 10, sometimes I go past 10, but sometimes I just do another set of 10. Either way, you're focused on consecutive breaths. So still doing your deep diaphragmic breathing, and then you're counting the consecutive breaths that you can keep your mind on that diaphragmic breathing without letting it drift elsewhere. So for example, let's say I'm doing my breaths and I've done 3 consecutive breaths, and then on that 3rd one, my mind drifts and I start thinking about what I'm going to eat for dinner and everything associated with that. When I catch myself, I just bring myself back to 0. And again, it's okay if your mind drifts elsewhere. Show yourself love and compassion if it does, and understanding. It's, you're only human, but if it does, just hold yourself accountable by starting back at 0. And then the 4th progression I suggest, and it's not exclusive to level 4, but it's definitely something you can do as a conscious practice, is incorporating this type of meditation during a daily activity, whether that's doing your laundry or washing the dishes or whatever the case may be. But that's a 4-level progression of this meditative breathing exercise. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me. Otherwise, go ahead and practice this, maximize your potential, pay it forward in your community, and spread agape love. Peace.